Welcome to the Nagual Zone. I'm Anaam. Today let's talk about self-approval. Now I'm going to assume that anyone who's watching this video, you understand the value of practicing self-approval whilst living in a civilization that will do everything possible, whether consciously or unconsciously, everything possible for you to operate from lack of self-approval so that you can give that civilization your money and live the life of the ultimate consumer. Retail therapy. It's called retail therapy. Have you heard this word before? Retail therapy. People just laugh and joke about it, but underneath is a deep, dark nightmare. It's lack of self-approval. You know why you go drinking every Friday, Saturday, vomiting on the street, everything you ate because you drank so much, don't even remember how you got home. Weed and friends, weed and videos, weed and video games, all of that. Did you notice that successful people and champions don't behave like that? And to be successful, at least in that particular thing that someone is successful at, and to be a champion in that particular field, that person has an incredible amount of self-approval and self-confidence. Most of the time, that's true. So look at yourself. And the reason why I'm pointing this out right now is because I want you to be aware of this when we come to the second point about self-approval that I'll talk about. So self-approval is extremely important because you are going to be, if you practice that, you're going to be swimming against the current, the massive current, as in energy, as in currency, as in money, as in you being a consumer, for everything that stands against self-approval. Clear on that so far? Okay, there's two types of self-approval. The average man never rises above the first one. The warrior operates pretty much exclusively in the second one. The first one, self-approval that is based on affirmations. And you must start here. People can start on point number 2. It is my preferred method. But I recommend personally start in your mind doing affirmations. I love and approve of myself. Start with that. It's a fantastic affirmation made popular by Louise L. Hay in her book, You Can Heal Your Life. I highly recommend that book. Highly recommend that author's work. She has many audio books and meditations, affirmations, all sorts of things. I love and approve of myself. And if you get that book and read it, hopefully you will treat it as a workbook and not a comic book that you can read and throw away. She gives the way to do this affirmation. She even gives that clearly in the book. So I recommend you get that book, practice this. I love and approve of myself. I love and approve of myself. Throughout the day, no matter what's happening, just repeat that to yourself. I love and approve of myself. And you'll be surprised how much of the other shit that's buried within you in terms of mind control, brainwashing, the consumer mindset. Mindset, as in your mind is set in the consumer lifestyle. You'll be surprised how much of it is in there that you have literally no idea right now until you go against it. Then you will know the sheer how much force it has. I love and approve of myself. When you discover that, you say, I love and approve of myself regardless anyway. I'm full of shit, but I love and approve of myself. Yeah, I love and approve of myself. And just work on that. Work on that for 2-3 years. If you really are the big shot that you behave like in front of your friends, and you want your family to acknowledge that you're an amazing person and a big shot and whatever your hang-ups are, all right, let's see you prove to yourself. 3 years of relentless repetitions. I love and approve of myself, because with that relentless repetition, you will get the relevant results. I just did a video on that last week. You can watch that video. I love and approve of myself. Now that mind repetition over time will change you. It will change the way you see others. You won't be a walking psychopathic time bomb. Anyone just looks wrong at you and you feel triggered. I feel offended. You won't be like that tiny anymore. You'll grow a little bit in stature. You won't be really that petty. Petty is a description of size. Okay? Petty. It won't be that petty anymore. He offended me. She offended me. I read this comment on Facebook. It offends me. And you'll start changing, because you'll actually love and approve of yourself, and you start believing that by repeating it often enough to yourself. That'll be the first sign. When you don't get offended so easily by anything and everything that comes your way, you know that your self-approval is growing. Fantastic. Your behavior will change. You'll be a bit less of a nightmare to be with, because you'll be less self-obsessed and self-indulgent. You will stop looking at yourself constantly and finding every damn fault in the world to be fixed by paying money for the next set of clothes and shoes and Nike and iPhone and TV and this and that and all the rest of it. And all the awful magazines that show these models do not look beautiful to me, to my eyes. They really do not look like pretty human beings. They really don't. They are photoshopped. They are not real. They are cartoon figures. So if you feel like, some Mickey Mouse cartoon figure is attractive to you, man, you need to grow a little bit. Your size is tiny. Your character is very small. Okay? I love and approve of myself. Your behavior towards others will change, because your behavior towards yourself will change. You'll become more patient with yourself. You won't go around fixing everything you see inside yourself, the self-obsessed vision that you have. You won't go around fixing it on Black Friday sale and White Friday sale and Pink Sunday sale and Christmas sale and this sale and that sale. Those sales will be meaningless to you. You'll either need something and then you'll go get it, or you don't need something and you won't get it. Okay? So a lot of untwisting in your spirit will start happening just with this one affirmation. Now, what will happen is that these changes will slowly start producing life evidence of you living a better life than before. And I hope you are hungry to live a better life. I'll assume that you are, and that you can actually be bothered to forge, cultivate, fashion for yourself a better life, because no one can do it for you. Clicking endlessly on YouTube and scrolling on TikTok is not going to give you a better life. So really take this on board, the value of self-approval. Now, warriors take up where the average man stays at that level, and then, oh, I've been doing affirmations for 50 years and good for you, excellent. Warriors pick up from that point on. For warriors, like for example for me, I've really done affirmations. The way I do affirmations is I do them in order to step into this next level. And the next level of self-approval is you establish a different feedback loop. Your doings, the quality and impeccability of your doings, or whatever you're engaged in, whether it be just vacuuming the house, cleaning the house, or doing very well in your path with heart, anything in between, whatever you have decided, you follow through with it, that will start contributing, the success will start contributing to your self-approval. So the more self-approval you have, the more evidence of successful impeccability and personal power you will look for in your life. And that you will see that, oh yeah, this is great. I approve of myself. This is excellent. So you will start looking at life evidence as a way to approve of yourself. You will no longer just need to kind of blindly repeat stuff. You move to stage 2, which is the stage where it all comes together. What you're doing in your life and the quality and impeccability with which you are doing it is giving you cause to approve of yourself constantly. I am constantly in a state of self-approval, thus approval of this moment. I have very little resistance to things. Because when I look at my day, I set up my day and I live through it, there are hundreds and hundreds of things to approve of that I've done. You see how that works? You want to be in that circle. You want to establish that feedback loop throughout your life. But you got to start with the mental work first, and slowly the evidence starts coming, and then you will naturally shift into the next bit. Hopefully you won't just stay in that place. You will then shift into this next bit. I hope this is clear. It's something that I swear by this. I swear by this. If you do this, you cannot lose. You cannot lose. There are no ill effects. And consider how you live now. There are many ill effects. So why not move towards something that is guaranteed to make you win, right? On that note, let me know if you already do affirmations and you have already journeyed on these 2 points. Anything you would like to share in the comments. That will help inspire myself and others to also journey in the same way. I will see you in the next video. Walk in freedom. Farewell.